which I mean, like them or hate them. Point being, yeah, sorry, it's gonna take me a second to remember how this works. Like Whataburger or hate Whataburger, it's one of my favorite places for a hamburger because I grew up in Texas. It just was the first memory I really have of what a hamburger was supposed to taste like, and I just carry that with me. I'd rather they were stingy and only accepted people, you know, only accepted people into their franchising structure who had the resources necessary to operate one comfortably, than to be like the early days of McDonald's where just anyone got, like, just anyone gets to run the I mean, like fucking Taco Bell. The Taco Bell near my house is just garbage. And I'd rather they were more stingy about who they allowed to franchise a location than to have a bunch of Whataburgers that are just absolute trash tier. McDonald's actually owns the land and tells the franchisees where the restaurant will be to guarantee that the location will make money. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, McDonald's biggest success is as a real estate company. Much like Little Caesars, to my understanding, a lot of the money that Little Caesars makes is that they developed a very intense infrastructure system that delivers the raw materials necessary to make their Little Caesars franchises successful. And apparently they let other brands and companies piggyback off of them, almost like a pizza chain Cisco. Or sorry, Cisco. Yeah, Cisco. Yeah. Cisco's the food company, right? So apparently Little Caesars makes almost as much, if not more, money off of their infrastructure being leased out by other companies as they do off of pizza. Time and V, hopes all of you beautiful souls are safe and well. When I was a kid, I wanted to get rich so I could build a Wendy's in my house. I like Wendy's, I just don't like the Wendy's next to where I live. It has consistently delivered me, like, the fast food chains near where I live are pretty bad with the exception of Panda. The Zaxby's here is not bad. Like, the Zaxby's near me is not bad either. But the Panda near me is good, and the rest of it, Panda and Zaxby's and the rest of it's just kind of, even fast food chains that I like are pretty garbage in this physical area. Can't finish one run as the Lost. I love the Lost. I win a lot as the Lost, but I think it's almost exclusively just because I enjoy playing the character so much. I thought Cisco was the Thong Song guy. He most certainly is. Whew, we are not young. I'm like way less not young, but that's the first time being around Anthony that I've ever been like, you're not young either, as it turns out. Yeah, there's Cisco for food and Cisco for networking. Gotcha. I just want to make sure that I hadn't totally botched that. Wendy's claim they improved their fries and they were actually not lying. That's what I'm saying, is there's a lot of Wendy's food that, like, I've said this about Wendy's before. Wendy's doesn't have that one signature thing that I get fired up about. Even McDonald's, I can go like, you know what? Sometimes the McNuggets, especially the one that's shaped like they call it the boot, but I say the one that's shaped like Minnesota. Sometimes McNuggets just hit the spot. Sometimes a fillet of fish or a McDouble is exactly what you want. I don't have anything like that at Wendy's. There's a lot of stuff that I'll eat, and I'm happy to eat it, but like, every time I go into Wendy's, I have to like make a judgment call on like what sounds good that day, because none of it is my like go-to. I know a lot of people say the Baconator. Maybe I'll have to try one again, like, at some point, but like, I've not really been all that impressed with Baconators. Oh, the Spicy Nugs. I've never had the Spicy Nugs. I've never had the Spicy Nugs. I feel like once or twice I've tried to get them and they've been out. And then the last time I got chicken from Wendy's, I got the spicy chicken sandwich, which was pretty good. But the location near me undercooked it and I got sick. Like, I bit into the sandwich and it was crunchy because the meat was raw. And it was sweet because it was raw chicken. And so it was sweet in a putrid way, not sweet in like a, ooh, that's awesome. Back when ape shit over Wendy's new fries, might be real, they taste exactly like they used to taste. I mean, they're good, but yeah, I've always felt like Wendy's has above average fries. I'm genuinely chuffed to eat Wendy's fries as opposed to some other more garbage fries on the market, but I ain't fighting to get to them, you know? I ain't fighting to get to them. I haven't had their breakfast food, but that's just because you guys are so greedy with me in the mornings. It's genuinely your fault that I've never had Wendy's breakfast, chat. Their Frosties are pretty dope, but like again, if it's one of those situations where you know I'm going out of my way to get a fast food milkshake, Cookout's just down the road, and their chocolate malt is dynamite.
I found pills.
So like, as much as I like Frosties, I could drive 10 more minutes down the road and get a chocolate malt from Cookout. Talwyn, welcome back.
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
Yeah, Sinister Humanoid, the only 2 times that I know of in my life, and there probably been more. There's probably been more, but the only 2 times that I can absolutely positively point to a fast food restaurant and say, that place gave me food poisoning, was a McChicken from McDonald's in 1997. Sorry, a McChicken from McDonald's in 1999. And, the Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich that I got here at this house, where I took like 1 bite, and then I was so hungry that I was convinced that I was doing something wrong. That I was convinced that the sandwich didn't taste good because I was somehow screwing it up.
Stanley, flaunting your disposable income with that donation to Taffy.
And Amber literally had to take the sandwich away from me. But I desperately wanted that food to be good, so I thought if I just kept eating at it, I'd find the good parts. And she literally had to take that sandwich away from me and throw it away. And thanks to her, I only got one morning sick instead of like a whole 24-hour cycle. Wendy's fries are good if you're eating them at the restaurant. If you take them home, they're garbage. Oh, the salad shaker at Mickey D's was a long time ago. They had something special, and they canned it, and it broke my heart. I had a McRib on the way back from Kentucky with Justin and Noah and was very happy. I understand that the McRib is garbage meat made into liquid form, shaped into ribs, and then shat onto a sandwich. I got that directly from the McDonald's press release. That's the best way they could think of to describe it. But goddamn, I love them. Glitch gives a tier 1 sub to Red Vlerpy. And then Glitch tips $50 and says, order Wendy's breakfast tomorrow, you won't. I'm gonna come in eating Wendy's breakfast tomorrow on stream. I'll save it until stream goes live. I'll save it until stream goes live and eat it while I'm doing the intro. Thank you, Glitch. I love the potato wedges Wendy's has for breakfast or sandwiches are garbage. Really? I hope that's, I hope I feel differently. I love fast food breakfasts. I genuinely like McDonald's did that to me back when I was a kid. I even like Burger King, and frankly, I think Burger King's got one of the worst fast food breakfasts on the market. Look at me burning these corporate bridges. Don't clip any of this. And even then, I can still find stuff to make myself happy enough to eat it. I love fast food breakfasts. Like a lot. So I'll be really bummed out if what I get from Wendy's is lackluster. I worked at Mickey D's as my first job, and I would make the Big Mac but with McChicken patties. Oh, see, that's part of the reason I want to own a Whataburger. I want to own a Whataburger just so I can mix and match and make my own secret menu items. I want to have the freedom. I want to have the freedom to just go knuckin' futs and just make whatever I want to eat because I own the place. BK biscuit sandwich is dope. Maybe I'm just a cheap date. That's I haven't eaten a fast food breakfast. I stream at 8:30 in the morning 6 days a week and have for several years. It's been not very free. I would say probably a half dozen times in the last. Oh, I meant to use the Empress card on that. Maybe. Oh, I have to go to Mother. Don't let me forget. Sorry, I almost forgot which way we were going. Ugh. Yeah, I think potentially I've had fast food breakfast maybe 4 or 5 times in the last 3 or 4 years. Like once a year, I think I've had fast food breakfast. So I haven't had the opportunity to like go out and run morning errands and be like, shit, dude, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna try Wendy's breakfast, or I'm gonna go get something I've never had from the BK breakfast menu. I love fast food breakfast. When Jack in the Box was where I lived, and they started doing all day breakfast, I would have to talk myself into getting a burger because almost drunk o'clock and morning was for any of the Jack in the Box breakfast sandwiches. And then sometimes even at like noon, I'd walk in there and be like, I could get something with egg and cheese and bacon on it. But instead, I'd typically get the sourdough Jack. Next time you get a McRib, ask for a honey mustard packet. Ooh, intrigued. Color me intrigued. I thought Lucky Poop before Wrecking Poop is better since there's Smelter in the shop. I don't know. I'll be honest with you, Sin Faith, I'm not really watching the game right now. I'm mostly talking to chat and the game's just happening in the background. The game is mostly happening in the background. It's not that I don't care. It's just that I can do the game really, really well. Ugh. I could do the game really, really well and ignore chat for big swaths of it. Or I could talk to chat pretty intently, which I find more pleasurable. And I'll miss things in the game, and I've just learned to be okay with that. I am happy to make mistakes in game if it means that I can just sit here and gab with you chickens. If I can just sit here and cluck with the other chickens for the overwhelming majority of a 9-hour day. Oh, the McGangbang? I've never ordered a McGangbang. I can't imagine that they'd be super thrilled with me throwing that name out into the world, but... Oh, yeah, no, I guess I'm okay with that. I probably should have taken that on Red Heart Health. So yes, yeah, Red Flurpy, I just wasn't paying attention. So, the smelter got left behind. I can't remember if petrified poop was on that floor. I should have smelted petrified poop and then walked out with cancer. But I didn't. So, we'll just hope that there's something good that replaces, you know. Oh, god damn. Hopefully this shop will have something good in it and we'll all just forget that smelter was even a thing. Yeah, Rouch, I love Jack in the Box breakfast. And the fact that they do, I don't know if they still do it because I don't have any around me. I'd move Jack in the Box here too, to be honest. I didn't grow up in California, but I'd love to bring In-N-Out. Those are the 3 franchises I would consider. Those are the 3 franchises I would consider bringing to Virginia. I would happily be the guy who brought In-N-Out to Virginia. It is, you know, I don't buy in on the whole, you know, you can only have one favorite. They're all good. Did you ever own a Five Guys? I think Five Guys is too heavy. It's very good. It's very tasty. There are a lot of Five Guys in this area. I don't mind Five Guys, but like for the price that I pay, it's better than Chipotle, but I have the same problem with Five Guys that I have with Chipotle, which is I'm gonna spend a shitload of money to feel like I just engaged in a man versus food competition. Chipotle and Five Guys, I eat it and I go, oh, this is all right. And then I get done and I go, I need to shit a concrete block. I need to nap for 7 hours and then wake up and pass a cinder block so I can walk again. Order a McChicken and a McDouble Taffy. You don't say one McGangbang, please. Yeah, it's true. I could just, yeah, I would just have to order the individual pieces and assemble it for myself, I suppose. All right, I promise the next time I go to McDonald's, chat, the next time I go to McDonald's, just so I can come back and in a much shittier version, give you a review, bro, report of the week style description of the McGangbang. I will do it to say that I have so that I can have a hard and fast opinion on it. And you can either judge me or not judge me accordingly, I guess. Bulgogi to the McMahon. I love bulgogi. I would go to Korea just to eat. I don't know, like, you know, I could absolutely see getting burnt out on any kind of food if you're there for long enough. But damn, would I be happy in Korea for, I'd say, at least a month or two before I started missing other food. Yeah, Korean food, like, I've really only discovered that this year, is that Korean food just, sorry. This is one of those rooms that I'm just like, Edmund, you know, my dude, you know that you have enemies that are farther away than this. Why would you make them be static? I've only learned in the last, like, 16 months that Korean food is as good as it is. I always knew about kimchi. That was always, like, the easy out was like, oh, kimchi's great. Ah. How fast are my tears? That's not terrible. I can live with this. I can work with this. Neat. Before I forget, just because I will. That feels like it really should only be one. Oh well. Alright, and now we go back. Yeah, I didn't really know, like, about bulgogi, and I didn't really know about, about accessible bibimbap. I had made bibimbap before at a fancy restaurant, but I'd never really, like, ordered it and eaten it. I was not at all aware of Korean fried chicken and having it be different than any other fried chicken until this year. Korean fried chicken is my favorite fried chicken. Like, Korean fried chicken and, like, Southern fried chicken, probably, and then like the Nashville hot chicken is like my top 3. And I'd never even had Korean fried chicken until this year. Can't imagine how good it would be in Korea. Got a nice place. We drive about 40 minutes to. It's run of the mill. Sit down and let you grill for yourself, and you can bring raw meat. It slaps. Oh, just like a good old Korean barbecue. Hello, everyone. This is Running on Taffy Food Review. Ah, I genuinely, for as kind of creepy and sinister as he seems to me, I would nerd out so bad, Brizzy. I would nerd out. So, I would. Like, I have met Hollywood stars. You know, like, I met Willem Dafoe. I worked for Bruce Willis and Demi Moore. I met Ashton Kutcher. I've met Anthony Hopkins. And yet, if I met Review Bruh, I would probably get a little clammed up. I could legit eat bibimbap and kimbap for the rest of my life. I feel that way about, like, sushi. I feel that way about sushi and, like, Chinese food in general. I know that sushi's not Chinese food, so before you eviscerate me, I also feel the same way about, like, pub-style burgers. I'm just thinking out loud, like, what are the meals that I could eat over and over and over again, and it would be a very long time before I'd be sick of them. But, like, a good pub-style burger with bangin' fries or onion rings. And you just run the different kind of variations on that. I could eat that for, I would say, months. If there were no adverse health effects. I could eat that every meal. I'd probably still skip breakfast, but, like, lunch and dinner, I could eat that for months before I would really, truly start to get tired. Same thing with sushi. You can go nuts with all the variations on sushi. And I would be just as happy opening up a box and going like, ooh, what's my present? What's my present? For months. And then, like, Chinese food. If you let it be both Americanized Chinese food and authentic Chinese food, so I can go fast and nasty when I want to, and authentic and delicious and honoring of long-term generational traditions. If I can go back and forth between the two, I could eat the scope of Chinese food for, God, I'd probably say years before I got legitimately tired, because you're working in dim sum, you're working in Szechuan cuisine, Mongolian cuisine, you're working in fast and nasty, gross-ass, Americanized Chinese food. Americans say pub too. Oh no. Yeah.
This is the
sorry,
story
Brit
of
here,
the
not
newest
language
denizen
shaming.
of the cave.
So I think with I definitely think over the last couple of decades, Necro Maverick, that there's been sort of a Anglophile swing. I think genuinely, like, this is just me, chat. Tell me if you think I'm wrong, but I think that atmosphere, like, Americans, I think, have desired and have kind of decided to adopt that mentality. There's a big difference. We have had dive bars, which are a very different thing. We have dive bars, and that's a whole scene. And we have clubs, and that's a whole scene. But, you know, the British have pubs. And I think as a nation, we've sort of envied that feeling of like an alcohol-fueled Starbucks, where you're just like, I don't want to be home. I don't want to go like to a restaurant, but I don't want to be home, and I do want to drink. Fuck it, I'm going to the pub. And you walk in and you're just like, hey, like Cheers, like an American style, like Cheers. Pubs are basically like for Americans, it's just like Cheers. You go someplace where you're just like, everybody knows you. You go and you sit down. Everyone accepts that you're gonna be there for a few hours. You're not obligated to talk to anyone, but you can. And especially with food, pub style food. I know for me personally, I'm just grinding out resources on this floor. I don't feel particularly worried about getting hit here. I feel pretty strong. In case anyone's wondering, like, why is he full clearing this floor? I'm trying to get bombs. I'm trying to get keys. I'm trying to get coins. So for me, specifically, I think in an American setting, the thing that, oh no, really? I don't know how he reached me. I'll back up for this one. The thing that defines a pub for me in the States is actually more the type of food that they serve. So the place that I'm thinking of off the top of my head that I would call a pub near me, I call it that because ultimately the type of food they're serving there is very fish and chips, burgers that are a step up from a fast food place, and then a wide selection of beers. Yeah, a calm place to get food that's not as good as a sit-down restaurant, but better than a fast food place, and to definitely get an ice-cold beer. Did somebody do a thing? Glitch, thank you for the gifted tier 1 sub to Red Vlurpy, and thank you for the gifted sub to Sinister Humanoid. Sinister, and you know what? I'm gonna get in on this. I never in a million years did I think I was gonna make money on Thanksgiving, but I made like kind of a dope chunk of change on Thanksgiving. So here's me giving back to our brethren across the pond.
This is the story
There we
of
go.
the newest denizen of the
I
cave.
feel better. I think there's a sort of hipstery push for gastropub for a hot minute. I feel like that fad's dived out. The dive and gastropub kind of merged together in the United States. I agree. I feel like in the United States, like in Britain, I kind of feel like I haven't been to England in a very long time. But, you know, I feel like generally speaking, you think about a pub, you're like, oh, that's where I get my pint. That's where I go and get my drink. Oh, I should not have come in here though. Just be calm, dude. Here in the States though, like my first thing when I hear pub, I
This is the
genuinely
story
think,
of the newest denizen of the cave.
oh, this is fucking dicey. I genuinely think, oh, okay, well this place is gonna have slightly elevated cuisine and a very specific kind of cuisine. This is the kind of place where I'm probably gonna go and expect there to be shepherd's pie, fish and chips, good burgers, potentially like a lot of these places have some Germanic fare, so they'll have like schnitzel, they'll have like really well made pretzel appetizers with like whole grain mustard or beer sauce. They'll have like, yeah, they'll have like one place near me has like a kind of like a bangers and mash, but it's a little more Germanic. So it really kind of starts with the food and then is even better. Like the place near me I'm thinking of is Capital Ale House. Gets even better because that place that I'm thinking of has like 35 taps on the wall. So you're definitely going to be able to pair it with a really good beer. Devons Gifts a tier 1 sub to Jadestone. What's your favorite kind of sushi? Uncomplicated. I would rather go to a place that just does nigiri well than go to a place that has 400 different kinds of rolls that are slathered in sauce. My favorite places have been places that just buy high quality fish and it starts from there. And then after that, I just want to go through the entire menu and just pick one of everything. But it definitely starts with, this place has dope high quality fish. If it has shitty fish to start with, it really won't matter what I eat. It's all gonna taste like it needs to be... It's all gonna taste like it needs to be smothered for it to be edible. Devons Gifts a half year to Jadestone. Devons, that's incredibly generous. Thank you so much. Canada has both dive bars and pubs. We have the best of both worlds. Yeah, Sunday Roast 2 pubs can do good food as well as beer. Yeah, I got a place down the street from me called O'Toole's. I got another place called Cap Ale House. All of these places kind of fit that bill. I know of a pub in Buffalo, but this was 20 years ago since the last time I was in it. There is a place called, there's a place here in Richmond called Penny Lane that I've talked about before. That is like an actual pub that they like ported over. Like, they essentially built a pub in the middle of downtown Richmond that is like the go-to place to watch football and get fish and chips and a pint. I wouldn't want to go to this specific place every single time. But it is, yeah, apparently it's Richmond's official Tottenham Hotspur Supporters Club location. So we have like actual pubs, but in my mind's eye, an American pub basically is a place to get slightly elevated pub grub and definitely get a good ice cold beer while you're at it. Yeah, a pub burger is a very specific thing in my mind. You guys need to try the Sunday Roast burrito. Literally, choose beef, chicken, or turkey. It's got potato stuffing and veg in it, and the wrap is a Yorkshire pudding. It's delicious. And thanks for the gifted sub too. I'm loving this stream. I love I love how many folks outside the United States call this place home. It makes conversation way more stimulating. Freshwater eel. Yeah, I love unagi. I love unagi. Talk about the UK. Pubs in the UK also do food. Fair. That's fair. I haven't been to a pub in the UK since 2005. And even then, I was drinking and not eating. I would love to go back to the UK. Yeah, I would love to go back. I would love to go back. I spent my time in London with a girlfriend that I had at the time, a lovely Dutch girl. And she and I dated for a very brief period of time, but it was awesome. And she and I went to London, and then almost immediately when we got there, she got sick. And so she spent a lot of time at the hotel, and I spent a lot of time, like, going to get her things, but also she insisted, this is the kind of nice person she was. I spent a lot of time going to get her things to, like, try to take care of her. God damn, these are terrible items. But she also insisted... Oh, man, I thought I was clear of that. She also insisted that I sightsee while I was there because she was like, you're in London, you're here from the States, it's not like you can catch a Ryanair flight whenever you want. Please go sightsee and bring me back photos. So, like, you know, it was a very weird trip. It could have been awesome if it had just gone to plan. But instead, like, this beautiful, lovely girl that I was there with got ill. And I sightsaw as much as I could. But, like, I couldn't really go drinking anywhere. I couldn't go out and really do anything, like, nightlife-y. I'd go out and see touristy things by myself during the day. And then I'd come back and take care of her at night. And then we went back to Holland. You know, so it was a very weird trip. had a burger with a mac and cheese on it the other day. I've been seeing mac and cheese get added to a lot more sandwiches, and I just don't know that I could do carb on carb like that. That seems like a lot. And yeah, Jedi the Code, ultimately there is definitely a part of me that would love to get outside of London and see the rest of the UK. I want to go see Ireland and Scotland. I would love to go see, you know, the rest of England, and then also go see Ireland and Scotland. Shit, I'd like to go see Wales. Yeah, I said it. I go eat some Sally Lunn bread in Bath. I'm not afraid. That's right, I can double my knife handles. I'm counting on potentially getting literally anything useful here at some point, specifically in the form of familiars. Familiars are a dime a dozen in this game now. Fun. Ireland's pretty great, I don't doubt it. Ireland seems like it would be one of my favorite places on the planet. I genuinely think I would like Ireland very much. Shit. I really need some red hearts. I guess not. I can just sacrifice soul hearts. I'm just not thrilled at the idea. Sorry I'm so sniffly. I was like this yesterday too. I should probably take an antihistamine on my next break. Don't let me forget. Please. Really? Maybe over here? Yeah, I genuinely think I'd like Scotland. Basically I like flying into the major cities. And then I like just kind of wandering off. I did that in Sicily too. Like we flew into Palermo. And then we just wandered off, and we ended up in this seaside town called Cefalù, and it was beautiful. Don't hurt me. So I'm just gonna leave it here. Temperance. Well, hold on. Just do it like that. Alright, well, all of this is so inefficient. Fine. Alright, I'm just leaving. I'm leaving this floor. This floor sucked. South African abroad can vouch Ireland is good. The Irish seem like they know how to have a really good time. No offense to the Brits. I enjoyed my time in Britain. No offense to the English. I enjoyed my time in England. I want to get to Australia too, because I feel like the Australians really fucking know how to tie one on. I feel like as an American abroad, my partying interests would be more closely knit. Didn't I leave a Chaos card behind? Chaos carding Gideon is one of the last things I have to do. I thought, oh, maybe that was on, I don't remember. Fucking Isaac, it all blends together. 7,000 hours in. Ow. $7,000 hours in, they all sort of bleed together. That was last run, thank God. Yeah, I feel like my the way that Americans party would be more closely tied to the way Australians and the Irish would tie it on, you know? I feel like I'd feel right at home. Wish you'd stop. Oh, Christ. Could you guys come to me? Thank you. Neat. There we go. That's right. Anytime, really. Yeah. Ooh, sleep now in the fire. I'd like to be done now. Oh, never mind. Just fucking with you. Sure. We're leaving. Whatever. I think it's the next floor. God, please let it be the next floor that I drop down. Yeah, it's this one. Thank goodness. Don't drink in Scotland, Ireland, or Australia if you want to leave alive. Shona! Yo! Ghost Cubby, happy birthday! Thanksgiving was a success, then I wake up on my birthday to the internet being out for 4 hours. Suck. There was one night when I was in London where I was at a Days Inn of all places. I was super excited that I got to see the Globe and the Days Inn south of the Thames. the two historic locations I really wanted to register. You little rat bastard. Anyway, I was in this hotel bar, the Days Inn. That's C-section. I want that so bad. I don't know what it does for this character, but I'm about to find out. This is something. We're on to something, chat. Go get them, lads. Go get them, lads. Little bony swinging dudes. Little bony homing swinging dudes. Oh, give me all those sweet, sweet rate of fire increases. I'm going on a murder spree. Oh god, it's gonna feel so good. Give me soy milk. This is gonna be dynamite. C-section's such a dope item. It makes me almost like forget and forgive the 9 months of this game being unfinished. Almost. But it's so good. It's genuinely enjoyable. There we go. And then I'll use this. Well. I'm okay. I'm okay going out like that and losing that one. Yeah, those are great. So anyway, there I am in the hotel bar of the Days Inn, south of the Thames. And I sat down. That's pretty cool too. I sat down and there are these 3 50-something, maybe late 50s, early 60-year-old Irish women.
2 of diamonds.
I sat down with these Irish grandmas as a 25-year-old American man who had just spent who was about to go spend an entire summer at a summer stock theater, basically like a summer stock theater summer of free love.
Lovers.
Who had just gotten out of like undergrad where I drank myself into oblivion in spots. And everyone at this particular hotel was being very friendly. We had some South African dudes who just wanted to talk to me about the American automotive industry. That was it. That's all this dude wanted to talk about. Hey, Yank. So about American cars. And I was like, bro, I don't know anything about American cars. I don't know why you keep trying. Like all night he was trying to tamp that conversation down my throat. Over and over and over again. Dude wanted to talk about American automotive industry all night long. A couple of South African dudes. And 3 Irish grandmothers and a couple of Dutch football enthusiasts. And by the time I tapped out, it was like 3:30 in the morning. And we had a table in front of us that was like, I'd say it's like 4 feet in diameter. And we had filled it with empties. And I was like, reality was blurring for me. And these 3 Irish grandmas forced me to admit I was tapping out before ordering one more round. It wasn't really ever announced that it was a competition, but they wanted me to know. They wanted me to know that in their early 60s, They could drink my young American ass under the table by birthright. It was their destiny to drink me under the table, and they needed me to know. And holy shit, man, did they ever. I was about to time travel. I was about to call dinosaurs and then time travel. And they looked as sweet and maternal as ever before they basically put their boot on my knee, boot on my neck and said, "Tap out, Yank." I give. Like, that's right, you give. Have a nice night, sweetheart. This is how Edmund gets you. Taffy's gonna have Bumbo tattooed on his forehead, pimping out Four Souls Part 3 before long. Taffy, have you ever watched the pitch drop experiment? It seems like something you'd find interesting. I don't know what that is. Can you give me the TLDR? The TLDR/ELI5? My first generation Irish child of immigrant grandmother could outdrink everyone. She loved her vodka. Those Irish women were not fucking around. Antihistamine, that's what I wanted. I reminded myself I'm very proud right now. So I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna park myself. I'm actually gonna do this real quick too, just looking for money. And then we'll... That's it. I'm just realizing that, like, in years past we've had no money. In years past we've had no money. So not getting her a present, it was just something where we were like, hey, let's be practical about this. We're broke. But now, I don't really have that excuse. So at some point, with all my copious amounts of free time right now, I might need a little bit of help coming up with something that I could order and then have delivered that I could give her. That what the fuck? This is an awesome one for the forgotten. I mean, it's not so bad once you kind of figure it out, I guess, but I didn't see that that ledge before. With you in a second. I think I can just outrun him now. Or outrun her. Get to the Mandalorian pinball table. Does Amber like pinball? Does she read? How about a nice e-reader? I mean, she reads all the time, but she just gets books from the library and reads them physically. I think she has an e-reader. If I'm being honest, I don't really know for sure. I think she does. Can't go wrong with bling. She is adamantly not a jewelry person. If I were to buy her like a very nice ring or a very nice like tennis bracelet or something, I think she would genuinely be like upset with me. Back massager? I don't think she'd ever use it. I'm not trying to just shoot down everybody's ideas. I'm just like, I'm saying this is why it's kind of difficult. Really? Like, where's the secret room? Where is the second secret room for that matter? We'll try over here. I'll burn through these bombs. I don't give a shit. What's your least favorite strong item? Like the item you hate so much, but you know how strong it is, so you can't not take it. I feel that way about Mom's knife and brimstone. Both. What's up?
I forgot to ask if you want your stuff cold or hot in the sandwich.
Chat, do I want my moist maker cold or hot? I don't know if there's a wrong answer here. Probably warm. Yeah, I think I want it warm.
Everything warmed up?
Yeah, cold turkey sucks.
Okay, warmed up it is.
Everything else I could eat cold, but I think the cold turkey would not be good. And then, yeah, the cold gravy would be...
Well, obviously the gravy has to
right.
get the right consistency,
Right.
But...
Yeah, no, cold turkey sucks balls.
Alright.
So... cold and suffer. What are her straight up interests? I mean, like, she likes books. You know, she loves Neil Gaiman. She loves Alice in Wonderland. I feel bad. Like I don't necessarily just want to get her those things because you ever have like a conversation with your friends and you say something along the lines of like, I don't know, man, I'm just really into turtles right now. And so that means that your friends give you turtle items for the next 15 years. We're such incredible homebodies right now that it's hard to pin anything down because we're just living. We don't really have any hobbies at the moment. I don't know where the fucking secret room is, man. I give up. I'm gonna hold on to my last bomb. Yeah, like ultimately, we're just staying alive these. Oh right, what am I doing? Why am I making this weird on myself? Our big hobbies have been raising our kids and trying not to fuck it up. I'm gonna go get another red heart. Get her a day out together, spring for the in-laws or a babysitter and take her out. Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like the last time we really did a good, it wasn't a Christmas present that we could give her on Christmas. But she, you know, she wanted to see Hamilton, so we got her Hamilton tickets that were in November, but that was the last time I feel like we did a good. I tried on her birthday to take her out to see the Book of Mormon, and she liked it fine enough, but it was really more up my alley than up hers. Let's see, what do we got? Neil Gaiman and Nancy Boys signed edition. Maybe. I feel like I've gotten her signed Neil Gaiman stuff before because that ultimately is like the last time I asked chat for help. They were like, you know, this dance repeated itself. What's she into? And I was like, Neil Gaiman and Alice in Wonderland. And chat was like, get her Neil Gaiman and Alice in Wonderland stuff, and so I did. Ooh, it would be cool to get like a poster. Like right now, her office is one of the more sparse rooms in the entire. Her office is one, like, it's not always gonna be her office, but it is the kind of thing where we can move something from like when the office turns into like Grayson's bedroom. We could change. We could take something like a really cool poster that's either Alice or Neil or something inspired. And we could, it could end up living in the library or even move into our bedroom. Yeah, maybe something like Neil Gaiman from Displayed or something like that. I would like to get something that's licensed. Neil seems like a nice guy. I kind of want to make sure he gets paid. She has absolutely read the Sandman graphic novels. I think they're on the other side of that wall on a bookshelf. Amber reads like I eat. You know what? Congratulations, Perthrow. You've turned into Bluppy. Yeah, something. I feel like our answer lives on Etsy somewhere. She does not write. She does not journal. She's almost exclusively a reader. Yeah, let's see what $3 bill does with these tiers. I'm down. Just because I don't know what the other answer is. I don't know. Oh, that's triple shot. I don't know. Oh, that's quadruple shot. I don't know what the other item is, so we're gonna $3 bill it and just see what becomes of that decision. I've returned from pretending to work. If your boss shows up, I will vouch. I will talk about, like, I've been really disappointed at how much time I've lost spending with my viewer, Mr. Doesn't Do Much, because ironically, they have just done so much. Oh, I'm very excited all of a sudden.
Holiday napkin.
And a little holiday themed napkin. Thank you, baby. Hey, don't tell Amber, what should I get her for Christmas? I want to take one last slug of that before you walk off with it.
That's your one.
I am, but I panicked. I had a real seller's remorse there.
Leave it.
No, don't leave it. So go meat stacks. I don't know. I feel like I told chat, I feel like in years past, I've not gotten you things because poverty.
Right.
And that's been a completely plausible reason for us to not get each other anything. but poverty feels less like a thing this year. So I feel like if you got me something, I should get you something.
When I say I got you something, it's just something practical that'll be mostly from the boys.
Okay.
I'm not saying that wasn't a hey baby, I bought you something. You better go buy me something. No, I don't care.
Somebody goes, you should get her jewelry, and I was like, Chat,
No.
Chat, you've officially uninvited yourself from this planning session through no fault of your own. But she would get so mad if I spent money on jewelry that she will never wear.
I own some really nice jewelry, and it's a shame that it sits in a box and never gets worn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. True.
More voles for the backyard. They said we should get you the Mandalorian pinball table. That you sounded like you were really into that pinball table. Sometimes they nail it. Sometimes they nail it, like we got your mom her cheesecake that one year, and she declared me her favorite son-in-law. We're batting around some ideas. I do want to get you something, but I better get on it this year because
Yes.
if I order it the week of, you're gonna get it for your birthday. So, all right. I love you, woman. Thank you for food. A vasectomy. I got her a vasectomy. A minivan, says Lauren.
Yay!
There you go. That's something practical she'd like. Oh, she can't wait for the Dewey Decimal System to die. Gifts are hard, especially when you're so poor you can barely afford to eat, but I love getting gifts for people. That's what I was saying a little while ago, Sinister Humanoid, that the thing that made me the most jaded about Christmas for years and years was not being able to afford to give people gifts. It just made me feel like sad because I like the idea of giving people gifts, you know? And I always felt like that was a part of the holiday that I was barred from enjoying. And it made me like angry at the holiday. I don't know why I did that. I shouldn't have done that. I should have held on to that charge. And you know, now I can enjoy it a little more for sure. Oh, chaos card. Too little, too late. I do want to test something though. I want to see if this will kill. I want to see if this will kill. I want to see if this will kill Funky Mother. We'll get her into like her second phase and then slap her with it. Yeah, Timon, something like that. I think like a nice piece of art to put up in the office would be cool. Oh god, give her flowers and a card and go to the bedroom and lay all sexy like. I don't have time to lose 60 pounds in 3 weeks. Is Amber a coffee drinker? She is, but I mean like the espresso machine, we just don't have room for it. We already do a burr grinder into a nice drip machine, both of which chat bought us. And in all honesty, you know, there's a part of me that's like, oh shit, I'm out of beans. Better head over to the wish list. You know, stream gifts and throne and load that up with new coffee beans. That's kind of the problem. My mom has cited the problem with her son being a Twitch streamer, is that we're not often left wanting much. Because my chat, and this is the most first world problem I potentially have ever heard of. But we have the incredible first world problem of chat gives us so much it doesn't leave a lot for gifts. Oh my god, were we at 01010101? Hot. We're gonna get under in the next Isaac run, we're gonna get under the day mark. New slippers? Possibly. She might need them. The poverty guilt's real, especially when you have the we don't need handouts type of family to beat the ideals into your head. Yeah, like honestly, Manicorn, I feel that more than I like to admit. I feel that more than I like to admit. Yeah, I felt real gross during the holidays for the first 35 odd years of my life. I just always felt very guilty during the holiday season. Yeah, I might go putz around on Etsy for a little bit. I might go putz around on Etsy and you know, hopefully, obviously nothing handmade because I need it here before her birthday, but that might be a route to go for sure. I'm glad we didn't hoard money on the last floor. All you have to do is stop eating, work out every day, and then you can hit your goals. I sent you a Displate Sandman and Discord DMs. That might be something. I hated the holidays. I'm still not overly fond of them, but having a family that's actually functioning and happy has been a nice change, changing my perspective. You know, having the boys to focus on, even on the years where we were incredibly lean. But having the boys to focus on, and realizing that my sons don't really, I mean, like, as they're getting older, it gets a little more difficult to, their wants and desires get a little more expensive, but in their younger years, we'd buy them a toy and they'd spend all Christmas Day playing in the box. That's a little less so now, but for the first few years, having my sons and having, like, realizing that they didn't have any preconceived notions of what they were supposed to want. And having them just be happy with almost literally anything. Because they just like the pageantry of it and they like opening presents. Took a lot of the edge off for me. And now, you know, it's awesome to be able to actually do stuff for them. Ooh. Shit's gonna get dicey when these guys start blowing up. We're just doing a just chatting chunk of time and Twitch votes on what we get. Like I said, sometimes you guys nail it out of the park. I told Chad about how jealous my mother-in-law was that I had gone and gotten New York style cheesecake with Squint Fox. Or I went past a place that did New York style cheesecake when I was visiting Squint Fox. And she got real jealous, and I was like, well, I'll just send her one. And then I saw how much it cost to have a cheesecake shipped from New York to Virginia, and I was like, I'll tell her I thought about shipping one. And chat was just like, here's money, send your mother-in-law a cheesecake. And I did, and it was a home run. She was very pleased with me. And very, very thrilled that you guys put a gun in my back to make that happen. Oh, right. Oh, I still got hit because I'm just bad. There we go. I want to read chat, but I've reached the segment of the show where this mother route's kind of a pain in the balls. Homemade food's always good. I mean, I cook for her every night. Or at least, not during November, but normally. C-section's amazing as an item. I love it. Get her a book where the pages are folded into your last name as a decoration. I got one, I love it. I'll give that a little look-see-do, Ralph. That sounds pretty cool. We haven't really done gifts for 15 years, but this year I got my brother a KitchenAid mixer. I also bought him a car at one point, but he's so excited. I wish that I spent, like, not living in the same place as my sister. My sister lives 2 time zones away, and my parents live 2 time zones away. So generally speaking, especially my sister, we've just accepted that we do gifts for each other's kids and we just don't worry about it. I would love to be able to do, you know, more stuff, but for the most part, I don't know, man. Just like shipping stuff through the mail and having it show up on a doorstep, picking stuff up through Amazon, it's like, or like having stuff sent from Amazon to like my sister. Madam, do you mind? Jesus. I don't know. There's a part of me that still, even with a little bit of money in my pocket, would rather not do it and have it not done for me than have it be incredibly impersonal.
Isaac!
Yep. Sure. I think that's the last one we get. We might get one more. Maybe one more. We might get one more. I still have a tendency to just straight up forget. Here. I'll insulate this heart one time. Oh, bullshit. Whatever. We're fine. I thought that would insulate it. It totally did not. We're okay. We'll just keep going. Oh, God. Tell her you participated in No Nut November and her Christmas gift can now be D's Nuts December. New York Times has a super cool life book. All the big events that have happened during their lifetime. That's neat. We're getting old enough that, unfortunately, the back half of a Lifetime book for us is all sad stuff, all unprecedented, once in a lifetime type stuff that we've just, all of us have now collectively lived through like 6 of those. Never in the course of human history. Well, we've had about a half dozen. So speak for yourself, old timer. Yeah, C-section is the reason that flaming babies are just flying everywhere right now. Just want the health. Give me the red heart and nobody gets... Well, I mean, people are gonna get hurt, but you know what I mean. Neat. It used to get cold back in the day. I feel like there's definitely a part of me that feels like I'd have been more jazzed about the life book. Whoops, this is not what I meant to do. I meant to do this. I feel like I'd have been more jazzed about the life book back when I was happier about what was happening in my life, not in my life, but in the world during my life. I'm looking at my kids going like, I don't know that I put you guys out into the world in a really good time to be out in the world. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, do you remember when 9/11 happened? Yes, I do. Thank you, New York Times book. Do you remember when the economy collapsed? Which time? I don't know, one of them. Yeah, I do. I remember all of those. Do you remember when college cost like 10 grand for 4 years? I sure don't. Well, it technically happened during your lifetime. You were a baby. But it happened. Oh, word. That's pretty cool, I guess. Ah, whatever. It hit me. Like, let's just move on. I'm just trying to find the end of this floor now. Oh, damn. Hauling's worthless. That sucks. I was a 21-year-old resident advisor at my college when that happened. There we go. Starting to gain some momentum here. That's all I really wanted, was just to be able to go do this fight. The Devil. I'm fine. Let's go! Oh, you're about to get the shit kicked out of you. Go get them, lads. Speed. Sensor, huh? I have no idea whether or not that's a good idea. Backpack, you say? Neat. And away. Yeah, I heard there's a new COVID variant that's surging in South Africa that we should all just be bracing for. I gotta say, your deadpan, unintentional observational comedy is like 30% of the reason I keep coming back. I'm glad that I've managed to find a way to monetize the voice inside my head, Ollie Queen. I was gonna hear this voice whether you guys are here or not. I'm just happy I'm making a living off of it. The speed upgrade is nice since I kind of have to run once I pop these guys out. I was a bit over 2 years old when it happened. I still remember parts of it, though. That's bananas to me. I was 21. Oof. And your job sounds so grown-up. I mean, it's because you're a grown-up, but it's just so weird. It's so weird to me, Eraser, that, like, you were a toddler when I was very much a grown-up. It just, it's less a you're so young thing and more an I'm so old thing that just kind of hit me like a bucket of cold water. Oh my, that was weird. Let's do this one. I was a 21-year-old call center flunky. My girlfriend at the time was working, well, my ex-girlfriend at the time. She and I had just broken up at that point. My ex-girlfriend was working at a call center at that point. I heard a lot of obviously not super flattering stories from call center life from old Squirrel Girl. Taffy, you're the best. I love Justin for introducing me to your stream. I love being here in the mornings because ultimately I'm... you little rat bastard! Get him, Bluppy! Thank you. I love being able to be here for and with you guys during the morning because frankly, I'm gonna be in the same place as you are at night. I originally picked the morning stream slot because I didn't want to go up against streamers that, like, you know, let's be honest. Between, like, Cobalt and Dan's Gaming and Justin and all the other people who we watch, if it comes down, when push comes to shove, if I'm competing against those people, I'm not getting most of you to come watch me. So that was originally why I went the route of picking the early morning slot. Now what I love about it is that I'm this like morning campground where everybody just sort of chills until their favorite nighttime streamer comes on. And then instead of competing with those people, I get to go watch them with you. And that makes me so much happier than potentially, you know, going up against folks that I would also rather be watching. Neat. Yeah, sure, what the hell. Hold on one second, chat. I wish I found a few more tiers upgrades, but this is still very good. When push comes to shove, I'm still watching you, Taffy. No offense, Justin. Listen, I've reached the point where I have enough self-esteem to know that I would be able to hold on to a couple of you. But I'm glad that I don't have to. Starting to feel that way too, when kids find, oh shit. When kids find out, or when kids find it weird that I was born in 1998. What was it, kids born in 2000 can drink now? Kids born in the 21st century can drink now? That's something else to me. I used to find it weird when you folks born in the 90s could drink. But yeah, kids born in 2000 can drink now. Huh. But Taffy, it's 8 p.m. Well, not where I am. If it was 8 p.m. where I am, I'd be done for the day. And I'd feel a whole lot better about going to lay down. To be honest, I don't watch Twitch at night anymore, but since leaving third shift. I've been watching your VODs recently. Now I need to start listening to the background while you... Well, I tell you what, Eraser Restraint, might I interest you, if you're watching VODs, might I interest you in our new Isaac YouTube channel, or the YouTube channel where we're starting to move all of our VODs and gameplays of games like God of War, Outer Wilds, Hollow Knight, Persona 5, all those games are being moved over to Taffy Plays. So, thank you, Eraser. Third shitty Freudian slip. So my dream, right now I'm paying, you know, I don't mind saying, I'm paying about $1,000 a month to have editors, professional editors who do a better job than I would and do it much faster. I almost made it. Oh, you're gonna feel real silly here in a second. Damn. I feel like we got to this part of the fight way faster than we normally do. That's fine. Anyway, I'm paying editors to do it faster and better than I could. But I've also always wanted to, like, get the best of this channel moved to YouTube because it's easier to watch over there.
Of the newest denizen of the cave.
You guys feel like being sad? I feel like being sad. Let's be sad together. Someday.